Hey everyone, how's it going? So today I want to talk about creating an online business. So about me, my name is Jerson Rodriguez. I am a software developer living in Australia, and yeah, that's about it. Now the history of my failures. So before I tell you what my current plan is, I'm just gonna go super fast into my previous failures and why I think this time is different. Okay, I don't know, maybe. So I've since 2017, I always uh, uh, tried to create something on the side. So I had this my day job as a software developer, and during night hours or weekends, I would do some sort of personal project. Okay, so the things from top of my head that I remember releasing, it was a domain name uh, suggestion application. It was called sensibledomains.com. Okay. I also created a video explainer app. You know those videos with squiggly characters, like this hand draws this character. You know, you've seen pretty much in like any sales videos or YouTube like book summary videos. They have this little cartoonish. So I created this app with my own personal twist. That was I don't remember what it was called. I also created an app to help people who own podcasts to publish on Instagram shorts of their new podcast episodes. So it was just like this small like video going with some photos and then some subtitles as the people were uh, I would just cut a small short piece of their podcast, play back with some subtitles and some like audio waves, as like photos of their social media profile would flip in the background. It was pretty cool. It was called Videosly. I think after that I created a smart contract application called Lucid Chain. So this rise of low code applications, just like website builders and uh, database, dynamic tables, things like that. I thought of creating the first like low code for smart contracts or for cryptocurrency. So if you want to create your own cryptocurrency, like your toy cryptocurrency, and play around with it, just like issue new tokens, burn tokens, that sort of thing. So that was called Lucid Chain. So I created that, and they all failed. They all flopped for various reasons. But I think the main reason for all these things, it wasn't the challenge of building the app itself, although that was the fun part. It was interesting for me as a software developer. It was more like I failed to get the word out, you know. So because in my head, like if I picked the right domain which is memorable, and people were just kind of randomly typing the domain and just gonna land on my website. I don't know what, or maybe just, oh, if I can show it to one person or for, like run ads, and then they will really like it and they will tell about it to their friends, and that's certainly possible. That virality, if something is really good, certainly that can work, but it never worked for me. Okay, so that's the history of my failures. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you about my current plan, which hasn't succeeded yet, but I just want to put it out there, just for the sake of it, and that some people might get interested. Okay, so why I think this time is different. Okay, so maybe I can show you my blog, the blog that I just created. No, I'm not gonna show you my blog because if this video for some reason goes viral, I don't want to fake I want the search results to come from Google and not come because I created this video to promote it. Instead, I'm gonna talk about the topic of content marketing. Okay, so let me just bring Google for a sec. Just gonna open some random. Okay, so if you go to Google, okay, use Bing to search Google. Okay, here I am. I'm just gonna search for like hiking boots. Why not? Whatever. So we all use Google in our daily lives, right? Like if you want to know about some whatever holiday, whatever any information that you want in the web, it's just everyone goes to Google. And what I did realize years ago is like when I click on some page and think, oh yeah, I found this information at Google. These are all stores, so it just really shows me the point. Let's say uh, getaways close to Melbourne. Okay, so let's say I want to find out a place to go for the weekend, for a weekend trip or something like that. Okay, cool. So timeout. 17 best getaways, blah blah blah. This is the blog post. Okay, someone wrote this. I said, oh no, this information is all in Google. Actually, it's people who take the time to write articles, and then Google picks the best article and shows up on the top 10 results. We all know that, right? So this is content marketing. Content marketing is basically, so let's say if I have a travel agency, my job is to identify the keywords that people usually go for when they were looking for traveling, and then come out and create the best piece of content that I can possibly create so that Google can find this page interesting. And so this page will be, next time they type in at Google, hopefully, fingers crossed, Google will place my blog in the top 10 results. Hopefully, why top 10 results? Because no one really goes to page 2. I think it's something like more than 90% of people, they search on the top 10, they usually find what they're looking for, or else they might search differently. So no one cares about the other results. Okay, so so this is what the job of a content marketing person does. It doesn't have to be blog posts, by the way. If you're a YouTuber, I'm not a YouTuber, by the way, but if you're a YouTuber, you want to create content that people will find. Well, people will find you for YouTube because you make this really great video explain about some complicated matter. It could be TikTok, it could be Instagram, Pinterest, all these platforms that people use to fetch information. That's where you're gonna create your content. Okay. So, but I'm focused on blogs because of ChatGPT, and we're gonna get to ChatGPT in a sec. It's like how it changed the game. Okay. So yeah. So this is the, I guess, just a quick intro of what content marketing is. Okay. Marketing. Okay. Cool. Now, so so how would you go about finding keywords? Okay. So let me just go back to Google here. Okay, so if I go Google, here I am. So as we type in, Google will show these keywords, these suggestions. These are people who are searching things and they're looking for similar things that you are looking for. So let me say, I don't know, laptop stand, MacBook Pro. So as I type in each new keyword, Google is suggesting things that you might like. Like the reason why these things are here is because other people typed the same thing. So there is demand there. On the other side of this computer, there's someone who is seeking that information, and each query, each keyword has an intent. So if I search something like for MacBook Air, of the 13-inch MacBook Air, this could be a purchase intent. Someone's trying to find something to buy, or it could be something like an informational intent. So if I say how to set up MacBook Air with dual monitors, so most like an informational article, right? So each, depending on what, so you have to imagine what the search is, what the person was trying to get, like what sort of what's their goal, what's their objective, right? So let's hit this and see what happens. Cool, Apple support. So Apple is obviously like a high domain authority for. So if you type something Apple or something MacBook, Google will likely to redirect you to the, you know. Then you get Macworld, that famous magazine. Livewire, like tech blogs and Google YouTubes, blah blah blah. Very cool. So yeah, so the point I'm trying to get is like I use Google for since its beginning. I never realized, the other side of the coin. Like, people who are creating content and they are trying to put out the best, the most useful informational, densely packed content that will eventually get ranked by Google because it's so useful. And by being so useful, people may bookmark that page, other sites will refer to it, so you get backlinks, all that good stuff. And some keywords are extremely competitive. I'll end up. I'll finish talking. Stop talking about keywords in a second. So let's say how to lose weight. So it's like some things are so like there's such a large volume of searches, and so it gets extremely competitive on the top. So Health Direct, some government website, Healthline, Harvard, and some things are not so competitive. Like if it's like some hobby of mine or some, I don't know. So like and the longer the search, the longer the keyword, the less competitive. Like it's called long tail keyword. Long tail keyword. Anyways, I'm done talking about keywords. Okay. So what's the plan? What's my current plan? So you might have noticed that. So one good way to find keywords for if you're looking for a blog to an article to write your next article, one way to find keywords is to start with the search term you're after. So let's say hiking, okay, and then type letter A. So hiking Australia, hiking areas, hiking accessories, and so on, right? And then you go for B, and then you go for C, and then you go, and you do this for every letter of the alphabet, and you copy all this in some Excel spreadsheet, and you make a list out of it, and then you're gonna end up with hundreds of or yeah, maybe hundreds of keywords. Okay. Another good way to find keywords is to use what is called seed words. I can show you what these are in a second. So I have my little Python script here, which I'll show you in a second. It does these things automatically. Okay, so these are what we call seed words. By the way, I got this information from the website called Income Stream. So if you go to YouTube, I'll get their page right in a sec. No, it's not Income Stream. Income School, sorry. Yeah, these guys right here. So these guys, they are whoa. Okay, so these guys are a YouTube channel, but it's also like a school. You can sign up for their course, or you can consume the content for free. There's a lot of free content. By the way, you don't need to pay for anything. You can just watch the free content. And you get the main idea. And they talk about content marketing. So how to find keywords, how to find a good niche which is not too competitive for you to join, and how long should the articles be, how should the articles link to each other or not. There's different types of articles. There are three types. It's all in there. So if you want to, oh, and then this other resource that I have that I want to put out if people are curious. Just a second here. It's also on YouTube. It's called Miles Beckler. Just a second. This guy. Okay. This is the guy. This is the man. Okay. Oh, no, Ryan George. It's a funny Canadian dude. So Miles Beckler talks about many things, and he talks about he has a playlist about SEO. So if you want to learn about blog posts, how to create traffic for your online business, and you have like 2 weeks of take holidays from your job, whatever your job is, and binge watch Miles Beckler. Okay, so there are a few like this Learn SEO, such an opportunity for beginners, the 90-day challenge, blah blah blah. He will teach you. He just gives you stuff for free. There's no like, oh, buy my course, all the secrets. There's nothing like that. I think he got he's been in the industry for 20 years, and he's just kind of spilling out all the secrets, and he has like all these followers and blah blah blah. So there you go. So I'm still talking about keywords. I never got to the point. Gosh. That's why I'm not a YouTuber. So this is what I'm doing. My current plan. We have ChatGPT, don't we? What a wonderful thing that is ChatGPT. Let me get that. So, cause I was never much of a writer. I'm gonna be honest. Writing wasn't my favorite subject in school. So the idea of writing hundreds of blogs of 1,000 to 2,000 words each on some topic, like I couldn't do it for to save my life. You know, I don't know. Maybe I never developed this like prolific. Some people can blab about any topic, on the spot. I'm not that person. So let me see if I can. Okay, so here I am ChatGPT. But hey, we have this thing now. We have ChatGPT. Okay, so I recently came across. I want to show my personal files here. 1 second. Came across this persona for ChatGPT. What? I honestly don't know. I think the no, it's called prompt engineering. This science. Some really smart person put together this code that looks like totally gibberish. But and once you copy paste into ChatGPT, ChatGPT assumes a role, and in this case, is a role of a content creator, like a copywriter. That's the term. Got a sparkle for effect, 20% is required. Okay, so and then after I just pasted some random code that I got from the internet, and I'll link this on the video, the original creator, so you get the credit. He gets the credit. So I can say something like, write a blog post about I don't know, best hard drives for old Linux PC. It's a completely random idea. Anyways, so it generates an article which is like full of like it's more readable than the typical ChatGPT output. Because like in the instructions there it says you're a writer who constantly keeps the reader on the edge because you're using you know words that pop or like I don't know. It's really hard to explain, but I find it should be more readable than the average ChatGPT prompt. So the best hard drive for all Linux PC or keep your system running smoothly. So it's pretty much readable. Sometimes I get just like too much text. Like I will never read this like blocks of text. So I just go for the keyword. So you can instruct it to uh, you know, rewrite it, but keep your paragraphs short or keep mention something that you didn't mention, so on, right? So we have ChatGPT, this amazing tool. Okay, the question is, can you just copy paste this into WordPress and publish an article? You can, but that's probably not gonna be a best idea ever because Google is on the lookout for content that seems like it's being generated by AI, like spammy content that doesn't add anything, right? Doesn't add any information. And this is where you come in, dear viewer. So uh, I'm gonna I'm gonna jump to the next topic here, because for in order for you to write about a topic, you must be sort of a subject area expert in whatever that topic that you're writing. So I'm gonna give you example, my personal example. So I'm a software developer for 15 years, and mostly I've been writing Java code, and also like recently DevOps, Kubernetes, and these things. So if I aim to write a blog about Java, or say Java performance monitoring or anything, or logging, or how to I don't know, how to configure different environment variables or something. I know because I've been in the industry for this long. So I probably know more about like if you just grab a random person on the street, I probably know for him I might be an expert. Amongst my colleagues I might not be an expert. I'm just like a regular Java guy. But to the general public, I have a lot of information about something that 99.9% of people don't have. And this goes to you too. So if you're watching this and maybe you are a dentist or a registered nurse, and maybe you just uh, uh, migrated to the United States and you've been through the process of diploma accreditation in the United States. So it's a very specific niche, and you have all this information in your head right now, and probably have some notes, on Evernote or whatever, blocks of notes in places. So this information that you have, you probably know more about this than most of the people in the world. So you are in a good position to write about this domain knowledge that you have. Okay, so I could never write about doctor stuff or being a dentist or whatever, but I can pretty much write a decent article about setting up a Spring Boot application. So this is my motivation. So one of the requirements for you to start is to be an quote unquote expert in a how do I call this? In some sort of in some branch of human knowledge. Okay, in some whatever, in something you can write about, something you consume a lot, something you spend most of your time thinking for the past few years. It can be a hobby, it can be professionally, I don't know, but certainly I know for sure that if you're watching this, you know something that other people don't. Okay, so you let's call it an expert. You don't have to be the world's most knowledgeable person about something. That would be cool, but there you go, in some area. So this is very vague. It's very okay. So here's what you're gonna do. Okay. Also, you wanna have it from 30 minutes to 1 hour of free time a day. Okay. Some people don't have that. Life is hard, absolutely. But if you have 30 minutes a day and you have a computer and an internet, and I'm gonna assume that you do because you're watching this video, you can go to ChatGPT and you can paste this code here that I'm gonna link in the description, and you're gonna ask ChatGPT to write a blog post about some keyword that you just researched, okay? And you, which is arguably that you know of, that is some area that you know, you're gonna read this article and you're gonna critique the article. So think of ChatGPT as an intern, and you as the chief editor. Okay, the intern is a genius, but he's also too self confident, and sometimes he makes mistakes, and sometimes he may not mention some important parts, and sometimes he spends too much time on useless parts. So you, the human, will critique the article. So you're gonna say, I'm just gonna copy this little button here to copy. Okay, so don't spend much time explaining about I don't know, the types of drive, and highlight the let's say read write speeds and maximum capacity, and give models as examples. I don't know. So let's say I'm a big hardware type of guy, and I constantly consume articles about hard drives and RAMs or whatever. It's not the best example, isn't it? So, but you're gonna keep copy pasting the previous article to ChatGPT, and you're gonna add instructions for it to change it. Okay. So this is, oh look, it's more topical now. It's like less blocky, and it has more numbers and figures and features. I like that. So this to me is more readable. Maybe okay, add more sections. Say, so let's say he mentioned NVMe. He mentioned solid state, hybrid, traditional. Say magnet tapes, removable drives such as thumbsticks, thumb drives. So you get the picture. Because you know so much about this such certain area, you can certainly know what is missing here. Like as a person who is reading it, you get what I'm saying. and something else I might not thought about. Anyways, okay, cool. So you're gonna let ChatGPT be the intern and do the hard work, the muscle, and you're gonna be the critique. So I guess another requirement is to have a good eye for good content. You know, when you stumble upon a web page and you find this very like informational, sort of like a, like a pillar of content that you can save and you can refer to, you know, back and forth, because it's such a useful thing. It has everything nicely packed, you know. So yeah, oh, it gave me six different options with examples and features and speeds, optical disc, Blu-ray. Yeah, very cool. Oh wow, there's more here. NAS drives, this network storage, that's pretty cool. So this is my point, right? Okay, let's go back to my bullet point. Okay, so you have computer internet. You have 30 minutes to 1 hour of free time per day, because you're gonna prompt ChatGPT and you're gonna go backwards and forwards until you get you a nicely packaged article. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna hit the copy button, log into your WordPress account that I have here separate in my window, and you're gonna paste and you're gonna do some light editing and you're gonna publish. That's it, ladies and gents. So I think this is what I'm excited about and why I decided to make this video. Even though I'm not a YouTuber, I like to post videos which are, you know, which might be useful to other people. It's like everyone knows something that most people don't, and we all have this. And I think other people out there are also thinking of, let's say, starting a second job or like a side hustle kind of thing, that they have some free time throughout the week in general. So that seemed like a perfect option to me. But let's say you do have that. So you put out all these articles. But what are we trying to achieve here? What's the goal here? Because I started this video saying online business, so there's no business happening. Like there's no monetization, right? Let me just kind of wrap up this video and talk about the business side, I guess. The idea is this: the thesis is, once you have uh, enough volume of content out there. Okay, so let's say you have I don't know, 200 articles of like 1,000 to 2,000 words each. Okay, about all these various topics that you did your keyword research, etc. You're gonna, let's say I'm gonna throw some numbers here in the air. This could be completely wrong or not, right? Let's say you get like 30,000 visitors per month, okay, in your blog, okay. So there are a couple of ways you can monetize. The quickest way and the lowest paying way is ads. You can run ads. So there's this company called Ezoic. I think it's Ezoic. Ezoic ads. Yeah. So you basically sign up with them. I think you have to have a minimum traffic, and once you sign up, they will place ads randomly on your page, and they're gonna change the position of these ads over time and figure out the most ideal place to have ads. And they pay you. So there's this concept of called cost per milla. Cost per milla is that's Latin, CPM. So I write about hardware, about computer hardware, and let's say in this industry, let's say I got like $10 CPM. Okay, this means for every 1,000 people who read my blogs, on average I will get paid $10,000. Oh, $10,000. I wish. $10 per 1,000 visits. Okay, so if you have a decent volume, 10,000 is not a lot, but let's say you have 50,000 visitors a month. So that's 50 times $10. That's $500. That's very good, in my opinion, to me at least. So this is one way to monetize, right? Is to run ads. The other way, which is the more profitable way, is you have some sort of a product, okay? Product or service. So let's say you are a uh, a local business owner and you own a accounting firm. Okay, so if you offer accounting services in your area, in your city, right? So let's say you write this extremely detailed and useful article for people who are trying to do their taxes for their small business of some specific query, and then you get all, and then at the end of the article you say, hey, schedule a call, we might help you, we have this sale going on, blah blah blah. So or it could be a digital product like an ebook, it could be a course, it could be a service that you provide, whatever it is that you do, whatever that you're trying to sell. Yeah, you can always like add at the bottom of the article, so that becomes a plug to the thing that you're selling. So yeah, this is usually the most profitable option because the product or service can vary and can it can be anything. So yeah, so I guess I'll put in the description of the video the link where you guys can get this Sparkle thing, the content creation for ChatGPT. And I also, what I didn't show is, how we were researching Google to figure out keywords. I wrote a Python script. It's very basic. So it's called seedless suggestions. So it's a very basic script that you provide some sort of keyword, and this thing will automatically pings Google and find out keywords for that area. Okay, so instead of doing that manually, it does automatically. Okay, so if someone places a comment down, I'll just upload to GitHub or something. Okay, but yeah, that was it. I hope that this was inspiring for some of you that might be thinking about these things, and I want to empower people mostly. And I gotta say, I just started my journey. I just published 4 blog articles the last 3 days, but one of my blog articles already ranking on Google. I'm so stoked. I'm so happy. But I want to put this out there and to be as open as honest as possible. And maybe I'll record a video like 1 year from now with the results, or I don't know. If it's good news, I guess I'll record another video. But yeah, thanks. Cheers.